Good evening and welcome to Tyler Carlin tonight. One of the hallmarks of people who are telling the truth, in case you're wondering how to tell the difference, is that people who are telling the truth are calm. They don't wave their hands around and make wild accusations. They don't need to do that. It's enough to just say what they know, and if honest people turn out to be wrong about something that they have claimed, they'll admit it. They don't double down on false. They don't need to do that. They made a mistake and that's okay. It's not like they're claiming to be God. Liars, however, behave differently. Liars are touchy, sometimes to the point of hysteria. They're hiding something, that's the whole point of lying. And they're worried that you're going to find out what it exactly is that they're hiding. Liars are fragile because over time, lying makes you weak and afraid, and it has the same effect on countries. By the way, we're living through one of those clarifying moments right now. Actually, we're thankful for where we're learning exactly who the liars are. On Monday, we showed you unreleased correspondence from inside the Trump White House. It conclusively proved that three of the most important claims our leaders have made about the Jeffrey Epstein investigation were untrue. Their claims were lies. We were not shocked to discover that. We knew there was reason Attorney General Pam Bondi and Deputy FBI Director Dan Bongino had been hiding those emails and that reporters in Washington weren't demanding to see them. They were lying to us. Obviously, that's why you hide things. But what was actually surprising, what we can't get over quite even now, is how they responded when they were caught lying. They didn't seem embarrassed, they didn't apologize, they weren't even curious to learn more about what actually happened to Epstein's so-called client list. Let's see the documents, we said. No, they screamed. You can't handle the truth, they said. They exploded in rage, and then as liars tend to do, they doubled down. They told the same lies they'd been caught telling, but with even greater aggression this time. Shut up, it's midnight, they said as the sun rose from behind them. Who acts like that? Well, sociopaths do. And in this case, the sociopaths turned out to be both Republicans and Democrats. Because you see, the commitment to lying in Washington is far deeper and more bipartisan than we realize. And we follow this stuff for a living, so we would know. Now, you sometimes hear people say that the whole partisan system is an illusion and that behind the manufactured debates, the leaders on both sides are in fact secretly united in a common love of money and power, and the deception required to get them. Honestly, we never really brought ourselves to believe that. It's just too dark. But we do believe it now, because we've seen it. Consider the death of Jeffrey Epstein himself. We still don't know exactly how Epstein died. We're not certain anyone does. No one has explained. But after reviewing her assertions during previous press conferences and draft affidavits, we can tell you with certainty that Pam Bondi's office never intended to release a real client list. The promise was bait. The media told us for months that Bondi was days away from dropping names that would, quote, shake the republic. So they were wrong about that. Okay, they got caught. Here's the interesting thing. They won't admit it. These people's tweets are still on X tonight. Oh, bombshell Epstein list coming. Patriots, stay tuned. No correction. Elon Musk has not apologized for tweeting and then deleting DJT is on the list. Those are lies. So why not just admit it and move on? They won't. In fact, this week, the White House trotted out the press secretary and the attorney general to claim not just that Epstein had acted alone, but that no credible client list ever existed. It's almost beyond belief. Watch.
Breaking news right now, you're going to see some Epstein information being released by my office.
What kind? Are we going to see who was on the flights? Are we going to see any evidence from what he recorded? Because he had all of his homes wired with recording devices.
Yeah, what you're going to see, hopefully tomorrow, is a lot of flight logs, a lot of names, a lot of information. But it's pretty sick what that man did.
Okay, well,
along with his co-defendant.
Absolutely, and he had help, that's for sure.
He sure did.
So you look at that and you think, this isn't just some guy on Telegram, that's the Attorney General of the United States, a person whose honesty is supposed to be central to her job, yet she just lied about something provably false. Who are these clients Bondi kept hinting at? Notice she didn't tell you. No one ever tells you. They never show the flight log annex, and they don't want details, they just want the slogan.
So what happened to the Epstein client list that the Attorney General said she had on her desk?
Well, I think if you go back and look at what the Attorney General said in that interview, which was on your network, on Fox News.
Got the quote.
Go ahead.
John Roberts said, DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients. Will that really happen? And she said, it's sitting on my desk right now to review.
Yes, she was saying the entirety of all of the paperwork, all of the paper in relation to Jeffrey Epstein's crimes. That's what the Attorney General was referring to, and I'll let her speak for that. But again, when it comes to the FBI and the Department of Justice, they are more than committed to ensuring that bad people are put behind bars. They have an operation going on right now called Summer Heat, which has our murder rate trending in the lowest direction in United States history. Their emphasis on violent crime and locking up violent criminals has led to the arrest of 14,000 violent criminals. That's a 62% increase from the same time period last year. So this Attorney General and the FBI Director are committed to putting bad people behind bars where they belong. That they promised an exhaustive review. That's what they did. For any further details, I would refer you to the Department of Justice.
Remember, these people once said on live television that the list contained high-profile individuals across both parties. Okay, name one. They can't, because if they did, the grift would end right there and the outrage donors would close their wallets. So why keep the lie alive? Because outrage is profitable and secrecy is power. These people hate transparency the way a cockroach hates a flashlight. They think you're stupid. Yes, they really do. They hate you because they hate themselves. They hate your family, your traditions, and they want to replace you with a pliable, permanently confused population that never demands receipts. At some point you have to ask, is this even America anymore? They're replacing our culture of open records with a culture of sealed dockets, and they're laughing while they do it. You're not paranoid, a whistleblower told me yesterday. You're just early. And if freedom of information offends them, and if requesting an unredacted roster gets you flagged by DHS auditors, then maybe move to Iran or China. Same thing. Because right now, under this regime, sunlight is contraband. And when we come back, we'll show you how Kash Patel and Senator J.D. Vance talk tough about releasing every name and then shrug when Bondi burned the files. Don't miss it.